everyone, your voice here and welcome to our channel Sansevieria 101. So for this episode, I'm going to add another cultivar of the trifasciata species so I can do away with another trifasciata. We still have a lot to cover for the trifasciata cultivars, so I can at least do away with another one. And what I am featuring right now is, like I mentioned, it's Gray Lady Gold, and it is a variegated version of what I have featured before this on the trifasciata playlist, which is the trifasciata Gray Lady. So in fact, I still have the clump beside it. So this is the normal Gray Lady, so Sansevieria trifasciata Gray Lady, and I have already featured this on the previous episode for trifasciata species with regards to their cultivar, and I made a playlist for them. So folks, if you are not aware yet, I have already featured about more than 35, I think, trifasciata cultivars. We're going to 40, and I think trifasciata Gray Lady Gold will be the 36th or 37th featured for the trifasciata cultivars. So I think we can reach about 50 cultivars by the middle part of this year. For now though, going back to the topic, I like I mentioned, I've shown you and I featured the normal Gray Lady, which is not variegated, and now I am showing you the Gray Lady Gold, and this is how it looks like. It is variegated. This one, this is quite a beautiful leaf right here. It is unique compared to what usually would be Gray Lady Gold, which is this leaf, which is having variegations on the side of the leaf. Then this is the base coloration of the leaf itself. Then again, it's the variegated part. So the yellow variegations on Gray Lady Gold are like, or are margins, because they concentrate on the sides of the leaf, like what I am showing you right now. So it is very it can be barely noticed, but that is because of the coloration of Gray Lady itself, which is part of the pale green clones, plus the yellow variegation. So the white and yellow, it makes the yellow variegation sort of barely visible for the naked eye to see. So the same as with this leaf, actually you can see there are very slight variegation on the sides of the leaf. So as it becomes matured, it moves on the center part, so somehow you can see the base color of the Gray Lady on the sides here. The variegations moved to the inner portion, but like I said, this leaf is unique, so I'm not sure if the succeeding growth would be the same, or in maturity if this leaf over here will become this leaf. So I'm not sure, but maybe in the future I can make another update for it. By the way, before you can have or the origin of Gray Lady Gold does not come directly to or does not come directly from Gray Lady, because the author of the first person who published about Gray Lady, which is I think Juan Chayanayan, had this mutation before me. Like I always say, I would agree if if I found out for myself, or I experienced for myself the variegations that are occurring on trifasciata. So I agree with him. So in my experience, in one of my trifasciata, which is short leaf, there are times wherein you get variegations on them, and they're not stable, so they can appear on this side of the leaf, they can appear on half of the leaf, they can appear on just one side of the leaf. So that, in my experience, is the start of the mutation. And before you can have Gray Lady Gold, you will have to undergo an unstable mutation, and I think the author Wanchinaya named that type of trifasciata cultivar as Gray Lady striations, and that is because when he says or uses the word striations, that means that the variegations on the plant are unstable. So against striations, the variegations might occur half of the leaf, may occur on just one side of the leaf, sometimes it's just a streak. So that's what he called Gray Lady striations, and I have also experienced that in one of my trifasciatas. That's an unstable mutation before they can stabilize to a stable mutation, such as what I am showing right now, Gray Lady Gold. The variegations on them are stable and it's settled on the sides of the leaf. So therefore it became uniform, it became stable, the variegation stays on the sides of the leaf. This one is quite an anomaly for me, but I'll have to observe that further. So if the variegations would settle down or become stable, then the cultivar of trifasciata can be named. So this one is named as Gray Lady Gold, and it originated from Gray Lady striations, which is having Gray Lady striations having unstable variegations. So it transformed to Gray Lady Gold, which is having a stable mutation. So from just Gray Lady, there come a time wherein you will see an unstable variegations appearing on the leaf, so that will be Gray Lady striations. Then from Gray Lady striations, it is possible for you to obtain Gray Lady Gold. So Gray Lady Gold, by the way, is quite rare from where I am. So for people who are interested, you can just PM me, but I'm only selling them in the local area or in the Philippines. I'm not shipping them outside of the Philippines as of the current. So going back to the topic, I have given you a brief history of how Gray Lady Gold came to be. Uh, I have also discussed the characteristics of the variegations that are appearing on Gray Lady Gold. Uh, Quite an interesting, very interesting cultivar of trifasciata, I might say, and they belong to the medium-sized leaf, or some of the experts would call it the compact group. But within the compact group, there are many types of trifasciata, so it is very vague to call them compact group of trifasciata. So in my opinion, though, if the experts would hear me out, this type of trifasciata belongs to the narrow leaf variety, and it is within the medium size trifasciatas. When I say medium size, they don't grow beyond 2 feet, they just stay within 2 feet, but not shorter than 6 inches, because if they're shorter than 6 inches, they would they would belong to another category, which is the short leaf. So for trifasciata, to put it in simple terms without using very fancy or unreal names for them, I would say that there are 3 types, or there are many types actually, but among them, the major kinds of trifasciatas are the long leaf. Those are growing 3 to 4 feet. Those are the full sizes. I'm not really fond of using terms that are very confusing to everyone else, so instead of using full size, I would say that it's the long leaf variety of trifasciatas. Compact group, that's the medium sized leaf variety, and the dwarf would be the short leaf variety, because using dwarf versus short leaf, it would be more accurate to say short leaf because they can be short leaf, but dwarf no, because I have seen from a colleague of mine that the dwarf keep on stacking up and it's even bigger in terms of surface area compared to the full size variety or the long leaf variety. They're just stacking up, so if you add up all the leaves on that dwarf, they're not dwarf, they're short leaf, but they're not dwarf because they can grow more than the long leaf variety of trifasciata. So going back to our discussion though, what's left for us to do is take measurements. uh, Also, one of my observations is that when the plant is variegated, it becomes shorter than the normal type. So what I am showing you right now, the longest leaf on Gray Lady Gold would be at 10 inches. The longest leaf on Gray Lady, the normal one, would be 16 inches long. So uh, one of my theories or one of the facts that I can share with you is that when your plant is variegated, they are having chimeric genes on them. They are having parasitic genes. Those are the yellow parts. So the yellow parts, they're good for people's eye, but they're not really good for the plant because it minimizes the ability of the plant to make its own food, because the only part that of the plant that can make food is the green color. So if you can see that there are yellow parts on them, there are parts that are perhaps you can say they are taking food. They're not helping out in producing food for the plant, because the only part that is producing food for the plant are the base color in here on the center. Same with this one. This is producing food. This is producing food. This ones that are yellowish, they are not. So, uh, in some terms, some people may call it parasitic. But in my opinion, when you have yellow, white instead of green, it will inhibit the growth of your plant to the optimal state, which is the normal type, which is this one. It can grow bigger and larger compared to what I'm showing you right now, which is the variegated version. So going back, so we measured the length. The longest length of the leaf of Gray Lady Gold is 10 inches. The width, I have the trusty tool again here, and we'll measure this odd leaf. There are always oddities in trifasciatas, so just make sure that you are paying attention to the detail, because that's where the mutations usually occur. So I ended up measuring one part of the width of the leaf at 29 millimeters. Another part in here is narrower. It's 24.6 in comparison to just the Gray Lady, which is at 28.4 for the width of the leaf. Alright, so I think we're done taking measurements for Gray Lady Gold. They're as I said, they're part of the pale green clone, but they still have some sort of bandings with them. So they can't be the full silver that people would usually call them, because they're still banded as usual trifasciatas. There are some leaves though, like I said, this one's an oddity here because it's really showing off some dark bandings, so uh, it might grow to something else compared to the usual gray lady gold, which is having very minimal bandings on them. Very minimal, like I am showing you. These are the dark bandings. And it is important to take note of the pattern of trifasciata leaf. There are just having minimal bandings. There are parts or there are cultivars that are having excessive bandings. So if you notice that those characteristics are distinctive to each other. So folks, I think this is it for this content. If you like it, please don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button to our channel. It would help me create new uh, features for you in the future, and of course, it would help out the channel into being known to others as well. So that's it for this content. Thank you, everyone. You have a great day.